3 days without water could spell disaster for you and your loved ones. Today, at the Wilderness Survival School, we're going to talk about it.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Wilderness Survival School, where we talk everything wilderness survival and preparedness. Thank you for all your likes and your shares. I greatly appreciate it, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you can hear about when all the content comes out. It'll greatly help out the channel, and I look forward to doing tons more for you. And what do we have here today? Well, today we're going to be talking about the lightest and probably most efficient short-term to long-term water procurement for you or your family in a grid up, grid down, wilderness or urban situation. And then we're going to talk about one of the most underrated and secret prepper items for an urban environment. So first on the list is the good old AquaTabs. Most of you know what this is. For those of you that do not, AquaTabs is a iodine-based water purification tablet. 2 of these will purify 1 liter. So if you have one of those 2-liter Coca-Cola bottles, 4 of these would clear it out in about 30 minutes. But sometimes that it has a funky color and a funky taste to it, and that's where this comes in. This is the Coleman PA+. This normally comes in the pack with these now. You can buy this individually, but this will eliminate the color and that funky taste to it. This is great when you do not have fire implements, okay? You do not have filtration implements. You carry these, there's 50 of them in each one of those, okay? That's a substantial amount of water, especially in a short distance, to get you where you need to be, where hopefully you'll have some of these items waiting. The next item is the LifeStraw. I talked about the LifeStraw in another video, and I can't be more proud to have a LifeStraw. I remember when I was living in Florida, all these people would go and buy all this water because a hurricane was coming. And I remember looking at my wife going, look at all these people buying this water, and it's about to fall from the sky. And for $20, you can filter 4,000 liters. That's 1,000 gallons. That's enough for one person for 5 years every day. You cannot beat that for the price of literally a case and a half of water, especially the expensive stuff. The LifeStraw is great. Not only that, but the LifeStraw, for every purchase of this, you're actually assisting the company able to get a LifeStraw and other water purification implements to third world countries and be able to help them out where they don't have the luxuries that we do. So it is a win-win for me, and I'm so thankful to have my LifeStraw. Again, I would consider that short to medium term. The next item on my list I would consider with proper care long term. This is the Sawyer Mini. The Sawyer Mini, for those of you that don't know what this is a legendary product. The reason why, the LifeStraw is 1,000 or last about 5 years. The average human being will take in about 80,000 gallons in their lifetime. This will filter 100,000 gallons of water. That is an obscene amount for something so lightweight. The only downside of this is if it were still wet and you are in an extremely cold environment, you're going to need to keep this on your person, on a necklace, inside your shirt, inside your pocket. Let your body heat keep the inside filter, because it's almost like a porcelain base and it will break and shatter, and then it's useless. And they don't do any refunds when that situation happens, but otherwise they have a warranty for any manufacturer defaults. It comes and fits on most 20mm threaded things, such as smart water bottles and other things like that. It comes with a pretty sturdy container here to fill up your water. So basically you're going to stick this in your stream, your water source, your lake, filling up a tap from even a stagnant source, even if there was a boil warning. You're going to thread this on there like so, okay? And then essentially pop the top and squeeze this either into a container or drink it like this. It doesn't really matter. But what you have to do to clean this out is once you fill this up and put this on top, you at least want to squeeze enough in your cup or container to fill up the syringe. The reason why you have the syringe is so once you do that, you can put the syringe that now has clean water inside of this as so, okay? And this will be filled up with your water, your clean water, and you will backfill it. What that's going to do is keep this clean, keep this running good for you. And I remember I was on the Appalachian Trail, and they had a bathroom at one of these stops, and I saw this guy. He came in, and he looked like he was from another time, okay? And I'm not even exaggerating. He looked like a frontiersman. He had the cotton-based stuff. He had like a kilt and giant boots on, and his beard, and all his equipment looked so rustic. And what was he doing? But cleaning out his LifeStraw. And I just, I mean, not his LifeStraw, his Sawyer Mini, I'm sorry. And I just thought that was the coolest thing. You can get 2 of these for about $39. That is such a great peace of mind. I have one in each one of my kits. So me and my wife will have an unlimited water source for the rest of our life, trekking into the woods. As long as we can find it, it'll be clean. Now, what is this? Well, this is a 64-ounce push pot from the Pathfinder School. Okay, this is a perfect size that they would take on the show alone or something like that, and a lot of pack lists for a lot of places recommend something like this. It does have handles on it to hold like this, pouring stout and a locking top, so it's really a cool thing to have. But what primarily you can definitely use this for, it's because it's 64 ounces. This is the daily value intake of water per person per day. What you can do, now I have these plastic implements here. Why the plastic? If you were in a situation where you did not have this stuff, but you have lush greenery everywhere, you could take your bag, your clear plastic bag. It can't be a dark plastic bag because it's not going to work properly. You're going to go up to that lush tree, okay, that lush branch, and be sure you at least have basic knowledge of what it is. Put this bag over the branch and then seal it, okay? Put a rock or something in here or anything that's kind of heavy. While this is on there, what that's going to do is throughout the day when the sun is heating this up, it's going to heat this up and it cause moisture to leave the tree. And then it's going to seep down and collect water. You could have multiple implements like this working for you, and it does damage the tree in that one spot. So it has to be an emergency thing, but you could have multiple of these working for you in conjunction to collect that daily intake of water. And being sure not to puncture this or anything could really save someone's life. Now, on that same premise, solar utilization, heating up greenery, you could, in theory, and it has been done multiple times, dig a hole double the size of this. So you're going to dig about a 1-foot hole, about 2.5, 3 foot wide, okay? You're going to take a plastic sheeting. This is a roast bag. For $2, you can get 2 of these, okay? You can cut this throughout the side and make it bigger square. You're going to put this over that hole. But before you do that, you're going to have this lid off, and you're going to fill the whole inside of that hole till it's about an inch and a half up to the top of this, everywhere in the hole with fresh greenery, okay? You're going to put this over the top of that hole, all right? Leaving a gap between this and this of about that far, about 2.5 inches, okay? Put rocks, sticks, whatever you want, okay, around this to keep this where it needs to be, and be sure you drop something kind of heavy on that. So basically, it's going to look like this, okay? It's going to have a divot. What that's going to do in a survival situation is when the heat heats up this grass, it's going to release the moisture. The moisture is going to condensate on top of this plastic, and then because you have that weighted surface, like the rock, it will just funnel down and drip directly into your container. And you could do this every single day, collecting grass, collecting things, and being sure that you have that working for you as well, procuring water. Again, I wouldn't advocate not going anywhere, trekking to your location without proper maps of showing rivers and lakes. It's just that couple minutes, that couple dollars is just that couple minutes to download the map of your area can save your life, save your family members, and make stuff like this. You don't even have to do it. But this weighs nothing. And with that knowledge of just being able to utilize this bag or put this around a tree, you're going to be letting these things work for you like a water trap. Just like the traps in my other video are working for you. So you're not expending those calories. You're not digging a well. You're not doing all those things. This is working for you, okay? Container. If you have an abundance of water, okay, sources, lakes, you know where they're at. You might or might not have this at all. Boiling your water is probably the most efficient way to do it, and they say it is 1 minute of a roll and boil. That means the entire thing, you've seen them, it's just roll and boiling, okay? You got 2 containers with something like this, like a canteen set from the Pathfinder School. You could have them both sitting by the fire. This is about 39 ounces, and this is about 25 ounce cup. I mean, you're working with your daily value here, right there, boiling. In a roll and boil, you take it off, you have it. It's a win-win. And having these implements for you and your family are an indispensable item, and they're super lightweight. You can trek them where you need to trek them and get to your location, and stuff like this will last a lifetime. This will last you about 5 years. This is definitely short term, but it's going to get it done without fire, without giving away your location. Having this with a reliable water source, you've already pre-dug a well, you already have a location, it's next to a water source, you're being able to procure and clean your water every single day. And I don't profess being near any kind of big commercial buildings, any kind of chemical treatment plants, and that being your location, because unfortunately boiling is just not going to do it. If you're going to have a bug out location, be sure it's in the middle of nowhere. A national forest, a national park, somewhere where you're going to have the highest probability of the less concentrations of toxins getting into your water, so you can boil it efficiently for you and your loved ones. Now, these are those items. These are the items that I would profess and I will teach and show at the school. There's hand pumps, there's gravity-fed pumps, those are fine. But why have a gravity-fed pump system when you could have a Sawyer Mini that filters 100,000 gallons? Why buy those big stainless steel things that drip through? Even for you and your family, you could buy one of these for each one of your family and their extended families for the same price as what you could buy one of those big systems. It just makes no sense to me, especially in a self-reliant situation. Now, last but not least, this is the absolute most not talked about prepper secret item. Now, I don't know if this is because they don't want you to know this information, but this is the Silco Key. If you happen to be in a situation, any kind of emergency, you're away from people, maybe you're not. Every single building, every school, every 7-Eleven, every Walmart, every single commercial building you can think of, this will unlock water reservoirs on that property. Now, most of the people that have this are maintenance men, first responder, and some law enforcement, okay? This one in particular I really like because this doesn't just open up spigots on a new construction home. Or let's say neighborhoods, people have evacuated. This will unlock water of their house. And most commercial buildings and stuff, they carry in between 500 to 1,000 gallon reservoir of fresh water. That's indispensable, especially when fresh water or a stream or a lake is far away from you. Having this will save your life, and you can turn it off, go back to it, tap it out, keep coming back and have that fresh water. And be low key about it if you needed to, especially in an urban environment. You can get 2 of these for about $8. $8 for a peace of mind, and if you just think this thing unlocks water, you're wrong. This will unlock electrical cabinets. If you were in a situation to where you happened to come across, you and your family, a building and it had an emergency generator, stuff like that, you could get in there and turn that on right there from an official cabinet opening tool. Not only that, this you can get into train cars, into commercial based storefront windows. They have some of those triangle locks on them. You could open up elevator doors in a situation. Open them completely up and they will emergency open up for you so you can gain entrance into those places. So water, okay, electrical cabinets, storefront windows, storefront doors, train cars, and elevators for $8 for 2 of these. You could be working in conjunction with somebody else. This is a must-have. It's going to last you a lifetime if you take care of it. Because some of these people will say, oh, well, no, you can just take your Leatherman out and turn on a spigot or open up one of those triangle locks with that. Guys, most of those are designed to be tamper-proof. You're not going to open them without the proper key. You're just not. I used to work and do traffic control boxes on the interstate to be able to formate traffic lights. And I'm going to tell you right now, you'd have to have a special key to get in there. You're not tampering and getting in that box, okay? This will save your life, save the life of your family, and I wish more people talked about it and said its multiple functionality because it is life-saving. This has been a great little series that I did, and I call it the tabletop series. So we've discussed fire, we've discussed water, we've discussed shelter, backpacks, cordage, containers, different kinds of cutting tools, and kind of basically the stuff that you're going to bring to the class. If you just pick one of those, that's going to be kind of like your gear list. And now we're going to be doing a bunker series where we're going to talk about natural disasters, information to have during those times, and what to do for nuclear preparedness, how to do some DIY stuff, and the best, most cost-effective equipment for you and your family to get. Thank you so much for joining me. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. It is going to help us out immensely, and we're going to keep cranking these videos out, and we hope you all like them. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm PJ Bushcraft, and I'll see you next time off the concrete.